With the rule of law behind them and a persistence of vision, it was mission accomplished in the latest resupply venture by our brave Philippine Coast Guard and one special envoy to China on board. As our Patrick De Jesus narrates yet another harrowing tale of intimidation on the high seas of the West Philippine Sea in this report.
Almost a month after a successful resupply mission, Philippine Coast Guard ships BRP Cabra and BRP Sindangan sailed again to Ayungin Shoal to escort the civilian boats rented by the AFP and deliver provisions to soldiers stationed on the BRP Sierra Madre. The Special Envoy to China, Tedeboy Locsin Jr., also joined the mission just a few hours after the PCG ships left Buliluyan Port in Batarasa, Palawan. A spy plane of China's People's Liberation Army was spotted over Royal Captain Shoal. Around 7:30 p.m., another unidentified drone was seen flying over the BRP Cabra. Past 5 o'clock in the morning of Wednesday, the two resupply boats were met at the rendezvous point in Sabina or Escoda Shoal, the Onaisa May 1 and Onaisa May 2. A China Coast Guard ship with bow number 4301 was also seen shadowing the Philippine vessels. PCG ships and AFP resupply boats are just a few nautical miles away from Ayungin Shoal. There are more Chinese ships now in view. CCG vessel 5201 also passed by the BRP Sindangan and Onaisa May 2. A China Coast Guard vessel is just a few meters away and it continues to shadow us as well as the resupply boats of the AFP while we are getting near the second Thomas or Ayungin Shoal. The PCG also sent multiple radio challenges to the Chinese ships shadowing the resupply mission.
This is Philippine Coast Guard, BRP Cabra MRB 4409. You are blocking our planned route. Your action will affect Philippine-China relations and will be reported to concerned authorities over.
This is Philippine Coast Guard vessel, BRP Sindangan MRRB 4407. You are blocking to our planned route. Your actions will affect Philippines-China relations and will be reported to concerned authorities. Over.
Despite this, CCG ships continue to follow, with another vessel, 21551, joining the shadowing until it made a maneuver in front of BRP Cabra. Chinese maritime militia vessels are also blocking the PCG ship. This is what the China Coast Guard usually does every time the Philippine Coast Guard will escort the indigenous boats rented by the AFP during resupply missions. CCG vessels will block the PCG ships, wherein Chinese maritime militia vessels will also participate in this kind of strategy. China Coast Guard repeatedly conducted dangerous maneuvers, and it strictly guarded the BRP Cabra until it was separated from the resupply boat. This is also how the CCG vessels boxed in the BRP Sindangan. But on the BRP Sindangan, the China Coast Guard vessel 21556 that conducted a dangerous maneuver against it came up close to about 1 meter away, almost hitting or colliding with the PCG ship. In a rare instance, the People's Liberation Army Navy warship of China was seen up close with only 0.5 nautical miles distance to BRP Sindangan. Before noontime, both the resupply boats were able to pass through the blockade. The Philippines was also able to deploy its aerial assets, such as the Air Force's Nomad cargo plane and Islander plane of the Philippine Navy. The resupply mission was successfully completed, wherein the resupply boats reached BRP Sierra Madre, while PCG ships came close 8 nautical miles from position of LS-57. All of the situation were witnessed by Locsin, who was on board the BRP Cabra while observing the resupply mission. The PCG condemned the actions of China, including the up-close presence of PLA Navy, and particularly the 1 meter distance of China Coast Guard when it conducted dangerous maneuver.
Nakakabahala siya in a way na kung hindi magaling ang ating mga Coast Guard skippers, no, na nagmamando ng ating mga barko, may posibilidad na tayo ay bumangga sa China Coast Guard vessel at maging isang incident ito at it might jeopardize ang kaligtasan ng ating mga personnel. At the same time, as I said, no, sa optics na to, kung tayo palagi na lang ikakat tapos babanggain natin sila, ang mangyayari sa narrative nila, binangga natin ang China Coast Guard vessel. So ito ang ating iniiwasan, no?
Chinese maritime militia vessels were also more active in getting in the way of Philippine vessels.
Unlike before that the Chinese maritime militia vessels are somewhat pretending still as a Chinese fishing vessel just loitering in a particular area. But in this past 2 resupply operation, you can actually see Chinese maritime militia vessels maneuvering and appearing to be taking command from the China Coast Guard as it assists this China Coast Guard vessels in successfully blocking the Philippine Coast Guard vessels.
With the resupply mission, the Philippines once again showed how we assert our rights in our territory, despite the presence and harassments of foreign vessels. On board the BRP Cabra, here from the West Philippine Sea, Patrick De Jesus for The Nation.